First, when I do shows all the time in the UK, we always have signers, and I always get them because I know one thing to do in sign language, and I'm going to try and do it, I'll probably get it wrong. Show me how's the right way to do it? Farting. In Britain, we fart differently. It's more like this. I'm just getting a message to tweet to my mom. You're very welcome. Thank you for having me. Anytime. You're naughty. I know. I can tell. I can smell it a mile away. Naughtiness, that is. Thank you all for coming, by the way. I really appreciate it. It's really overwhelming to know that just many people are interested in the shit that I have to talk about. I'd like to go right to the question. Is there a human line right over there, please? The reason that we're here is for you guys to ask the questions. That's what it's all about for this weekend. And I'm sure you have some things you want to ask. Oh yeah. 9.5. Some arrow, maybe. Yeah. Oh. 9 by 9 is a big block. That's why they call me Squarehead. Like you didn't expect that, right? What's our first question? Hi, speak up.
Okay.
Love ya.
My question is, Jack started out as this really great omnisexual guy that was slick with anything alien, human, man, female, whatever.
I know I was him.
And it seems like as the show went on, he became more of a gay character. And I wanted to know your thoughts on that. Like, would that be put that in, or is that more?
I only put it in things that I really am concerned about. So I can see everybody's faces. I can't see anybody. I love that we can do that. But, well, Jack was, we never really discussed Jack's sexuality when we were, putting the whole thing together. But in the writing of it, the first in Doctor Who, he smacks the other soldier on the butt. That's a clear indication that the Doctor then turns to Rose and says, she said, maybe I'll help him out. He goes, he's not thank you, everybody. He's fine by himself, plus you're not his type. So right away it was introduced to Jack was not your average or typical hero. We didn't really say he became more gay as things went on, but one thing that Russell I think wanted to point out that is love is blind. Love is not, you can't decide who you fall in love with. Said it's not about being gay, it's about him, right? So Jack, and if you go back and look through it all, Jack had relationships obviously with women because he has a daughter. He obviously had to do something to have that. And he also, for the Fairies episode, which we call it, I can't remember the exact title, that's what we named it. Small Worlds, thank you very much. The older lady who fell in love with, had relationships with him, so we never said he was gay or bisexual, we just said he was omnisexual. But the point I think Russell really wanted to make was that you cannot define and you cannot choose who you're going to fall in love with. And that's, that's the way I believe, the way I look at it. I found it very funny when Mitt Romney, in his, I'm so sorry, I have to say this, because it bugged the shit out of me for like 3 days. When they showed his video of all the wonderful things that he does, I'm sure he's a very good man, a very good father to his children. But, hold on, you can't judge him for that. But what he did say is, he said himself, I can't tell you what love is. I define what love is, yet you're going to define how other people should love. Hey, if I were in the country, we'd have a shitload of fun. And we'd be out of debt. Anyways, right, go ahead. I just know. Hi. I love that you got sick there. You don't choose that for walking, do you? Oh, come on, she's a dirty old lady. I'm kidding. I love you. I love that you love me. There you go.
Why do you think I got my picture taken with you and James?
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The white belt.
Oh.
Are you insane?
What's that? That was on G4.
The white shirt and the white belt.
Well, obviously there's no gay man inside you. I know. No, it was my own love.
Well, do you know who Herb Tarlick is?
Who?
Herb Tarlick from WKRP.
In Cincinnati. Well, maybe it was my homage to him.
God, I hope not.
I'll tell you what, I will never wear the white belt again, alright? Don't worry. That belt cost me a fortune. Yeah, it is. Next question. I didn't bring my kill, but I've already looked up one guy's kill today. Let me tell you, I think it's right there. And let me tell you, it was worth it. Yeah, the kids were all right. Yeah, and it's a funny kill story. Well, I do it, but it's actually about my partner Scott. And we were at a party in Scotland, and New Year's, we dressed in our kilt and our, it's called a traditional Highland dress, and it's called a Prince Charles Highland dress. And it's got a tuxedo jacket with tails, and you have the kilt on and all the socks, the sporn and everything. And Scott disappeared for a while, and I'm going, where is he? I'm with friends of ours at a big table, and they call it a ceilidh in Scotland. So you have a traditional Scottish ceilidh Highland dance, you bring it in the New Year, everybody get drunk. It's just like being here. So I like this Scott, so I said, I gotta go look for him, get a little worried here, because he disappeared. So I still go to the bathroom first place. Not there, no. And then the next place I go into the kitchen, and I walk in the kitchen, and there's Scott with his kilt lifted up, and his testicles in a cup of water.
late great Gene Kelly. And unfortunately, most of us over here are not going to be able to afford to fly out and actually see you perform. Can you give us a preview? Can you show us a little bit of performance?
It's out the radio. So it's being done with BBC band, big orchestra they have, and it will be a live Friday night. It's a music night broadcast. But generally, those of you who might want to hear it, you can go to my webpage or join my Twitter page because I know some of my fans and followers on there tend to, shall we say, emulate the performance and somehow it gets reproduced, which I don't condone, but I love the fact that everybody shares it. So you might be able to persuade someone to do that. I don't even know the set that I'm singing yet because I haven't started rehearsing. Let me think of something. For all we know, our love is here to stay. Together we're going a long, long way. In time the Rockies may tumble, Gibraltar may crumble, they're only made of clay. But our love is here to stay. Growing up as a kid, I used to watch all the Gene Kelly films and the MGM movies, and I used to sit with my grandma and watch them. And I love Gene Kelly because, to me, knowing that from the age of 8, when puberty started, I knew that there was something different about me from all the other boys who were, liked girls, and I all of a sudden wasn't liking the girls. I was liking those boys. So I knew that I was trying to find someone to look at it, I thought I could, emulate in that way. And for me, because I like to sing and I like to dance, Gene Kelly, to me, was the most masculine of those men. Not saying Fred Astaire wasn't, but I just latched on to Gene Kelly. So years later, I got to meet him at a function in Los Angeles. And I sat and talked to him for a little while, and it was one of the, I'm a fan, and I'm a geek like the rest of you out there. It was a fan always has a moment for me. And he asked to direct something that I was going to be, but unfortunately, a couple months later, he passed away. So I've always said, to the BBC, to BBC Radio 2, that if you were ever going to do anything, Gene Kelly, I'd be mortified if I wasn't involved. And now I'm doing this big tribute to him, so I'm really chuffed about it. I was gushing. I literally sat, and he probably looked at me like, I was some, for those of you who don't know theater stuff, those of us who dance and sing as a slang term, it's called being a hoofer, right? And he probably looked at me thinking I'm a hoofer, but in Britain, I'm just a big hoofer. But it was a really great moment, and it's one of those moments that, I've written about that are locked up here that I will never ever forget. And which makes it great, because I'm so chuffed that when you guys and certain people, who you are, you've come up and said things to me that have been an inspiration, that I've helped you in situations where something came out to me while we were doing our photographs, and she said, you're the first one I've come out to. And I was so honored at that, and I just wanted you to know because you're an inspiration. So for me, those moments, I totally get it, and I totally appreciate it, because I have had those moments myself. Anyway, next question. Speak it up a little, please. 6 minutes, we had to cut them down, and certain things had to come up because of the America we would transfer over to the States to play when it wasn't even on BBC America or on Sci-Fi or in Space and wherever. We had a lot of those commercials. So certain things in Britain were taken, taken up from there, but it wasn't. It was a difficult choice to cut stuff, but that wasn't our decision. So sometimes I didn't get to see what was cut, that was in the States. But most everything was kept in that was wanted to be kept in order to tell the story. But for me also, the moments in between, sometimes you don't have to say anything until look between two characters and it just says it all, and that's it, or smile or laugh. Particularly, there was one sequence where Gwen walked in on Yanto and I'm giving all this Yanto. I was. And, she walked in on us and the reaction, I didn't tell Eve what I was doing to Gareth prior, and Gareth and I kept it a secret, so when she did walk in, she was like, oh my God. So it was a true reaction. We used to do that a lot to each other, but when she almost turned around in the background, we didn't care that she wasn't out of the room yet, we just started up again, so when she turned around, there's this huge grin on her face. And that, to me, is brilliant because we don't care that she saw it. She's like, whatever, it's them, and off she goes. So in those moments, Russell and Julie and everybody involved were good about that and kept those moments in. Thank you.
Hello, John.
Hello.
Greetings from Nashville, Tennessee.
How y'all doing down there? USA.
You played there, did you?
I certainly did. I was in the first year I was in. I hear America singing a song in polyester pants and a polyester top. And I have a story to tell you if you want to hear it.
Please do.
That's a good one. So I dressed in polyester. Opera USA was a musical theme park in Nashville, Tennessee. I don't think it exists anymore. I did that show, and then later on I did a show called Way Out West, and which Chris Chenoweth did, I think, a couple of years later or before, because I don't know if she's older than evil. So I'm dancing and I'm singing a song. I'm going, I got music, I got rhythm, I need to fart. Okay. I got my gal, could ask for anything more. I got daisies in green pastures. I got my gal, I feel heat. Honest to God, I felt warm down my leg. I'm in white polyester. But like a true professional, I keep on going. I got my gal, could ask for anything more. People in the front row are going, honey, is it raining? Smile on his face. He put X-Lax in my drinking water. Yes, he did. Consequently, he looked at me like I'm like, you just lost, big time. Yeah, it was an interesting day, but I have no clue. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, but I love Opryland. Anyway, so what was your question?
We love you in Nashville, too. And we invite you to come back and see Tennessee us anytime.
I will do that when I pass through Tennessee because I like some Southern cooking. I certainly do.
I wanted to ask if there's a possibility we might see Captain Jack Harkness with the 11th Doctor in the 7th season.
I have no idea. I'm telling you the honest truth. It's as simple as that. I have no idea. And if it were to happen as Captain Jack, and I would, and as the actor John Barrowman, I would jump at it in a second because I love Doctor Who, I love Captain Jack, and I'm a huge fan, and I would love to do that, but it's not in my control, and it's up to the others who are writing and in control of the show now. So I guess you have to keep your fingers crossed. If it what? That's entirely up to you. There's always a thing called a computer.
Hi, John.
Hi.
Okay, so I have a question.
Okay, what?
It's kind of bad.
It's bad.
There's...
I was going to say, is it appropriate? I've just talked about shitting myself,
So there's a picture going around the internet of a man's genitalia on a bun.
Yes, it's not mine. I can tell you that right now.
That's what we wanted to know.
Well, number one, I can tell you because I'm not a redhead. Number two, I'm not Jewish. And number three, mine is much bigger. You naughty boy for looking at those sites. What's your name? I love it. They said to me, what don't you want to talk about? I said, I'll talk about anything. Don't worry. Anyway, next question.
Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
I thought you gave an incredibly moving performance as Zaza in La Cage. And I think you were also a Nazi in the producers.
Correct. So there you go. Dragon and a Nazi. Hitler would have loved me.
Characters, yeah. I was wondering if you just had any musical theater stories that were particularly good that you wanted to share, or any shows that you would love to be in the future. Do you have a preference between the stage and the screen? Any of that you want to answer at all?
It's like 4 questions at one time.
Don't feel like you have to answer.
I never say which I prefer, because the day that I say that, that's when people will start pigeonholing me. And the one thing that I value about my career is that it's diverse, and you guys yourself allow me to do all these different things, and I absolutely appreciate it. So I enjoy every aspect of the entertainment business that I'm involved in. The thing that about shows, I love doing maquillage. I love, not so much just because I got to dress up in fabulous dresses and wigs and wear high heels, because it's something that I never get to do as other characters. It was a good story to tell, and I like the meaning behind the story, and that's why I got involved. Theater stories, I mean, there's so many. One of my favorite, because a lot of you have been coming up and telling me, is the one where I've been putting it together with Carol Burnett. And I'm sure the clip's online for you to look at on YouTube. And she comes in, she and I got along like a house on fire. And again, another fanboy moment, growing up watching the Carol Burnett show. There I was on stage with her, and I was part of her little team who was having these fun things happen on stage. And she would say to us, working with you, it's the best. I haven't had so much fun since I was doing the Carol Burnett show. So I'm going, oh my God, incredible. So she turns to me and looks at me, and she's dancing, and she just looked, and I knew something was wrong. I kept looking at her, she's looking at me like going, something, and the eye contact again, set with the eyes, not with the mouth. And she just looked at me and she went, and her skirt fell to her ankles in the middle of a performance on Broadway. Well, I hate myself. If you watch it, I start jumping around, screaming, and I forget that I'm on the Broadway stage. So I'm laughing because it's one of those priceless Carol Burnett moments that have just physically happened to me live, and it's being recorded. So then we progress, and Ruthie Henschel, who was my co-star with it, she turns around to me and she said, tells the audience that in the scene earlier, I bent down to lift her up in a dance, and I ripped my pants right down the middle. And a rush went off stage to put black duct tape. My father always told me, carry some duct tape with you. I taped my black pants up with duct tape and continued the show. So that's probably one of my good theater moments. Carol Burnett losing her skirt and being ripped my pants. I'm sorry I'm not your mummy, but I did cause the whole problem. Okay, that's totally easy for me because I've been a fan of Doctor Who since I was a kid. And unlike a lot of you, at first time around, I watched it when I was, from the age of, I still do, and I watched it from being a kid, 4 or 5 years old with my brother, hiding behind the sofa in our house in Mount Vernon, watching, actually John Curtin first, and then Tom Baker, and then all the others. So my greatest moment when I was asked, and which was the greatest moment of my life, and asked me about Doctor Who, it was just incredible. But one of the most amazing times was when I was with, I can't remember the exact episode because I remember the moment, but it was Elizabeth Sladen and myself. It was in the days, I think that was it, and Davros, who came into the room. And that's one of the moments. I remember standing next to Elizabeth, who played Sarah Jane Smith. Like you all don't know. Only the best companion in that history of Doctor Who. She grabbed my hand in the middle of the scene like that. And thinking about it now, it makes me all emotional because Elizabeth is no longer with us. And I looked at her, and off camera, it was on camera, but you don't hear us. If you go back and watch it, you can see us both look at each other. She looked at me, she went, "What?" And I was like, oh my God. So Davros has to be for me, but I also, Cybermen, I wish I got to fight the Cybermen as Captain Jack. I didn't as a kid, I loved them. The other ones that frightened me were the Autons, when hands drop off, and the originals more so because as a kid, my mother had to put me inside her coat to walk past a shop window that had an egg. When we go past it, I would scream that she had to drag me past the windows to get me past. So again, for me, it was like, as soon as I saw that first episode of Doctor Who with Billy and with Christopher, and it was the Autons, I already knew I was going to be Captain Jack at that point, but I couldn't tell anybody. I was, again, just gushing inside because all these creatures and monsters that I loved as a kid and was terrified of, I might have the possibility of encountering and fighting. I love the Daleks. I've got the Dalek Shami as Jack in my front hallway in the It's animatronic, so when you come in, it turns and looks at it and says, I can't do the voice, but it's, welcome to House of Barrowman. Nice ass. Shake that booty. So I got all the voices, all the recordings to do it, and Nick kindly did them all for me. So it's the most awesome thing. I have to turn it, when kids come in, it scares the crap out of me. The best time at my house is Halloween, because if someone comes and knocks on the front door, oh yeah. Talk about shit yourself. Even the postman's not scared of my dogs. You can see the first time I went to accept a package from the postman, how many times would you think I would say that one? And the postman was like, ah! So those are my favorites. Thanks for asking. Hi, Wonder Woman. Hi.
I love your shirt, Incredible Hulk.
Closer, thank you.
I love your shirt, Incredible Hulk, and that actually has to do with the question.
No, and from there, I might look like the Incredible Hulk, but it's Iron Man.
Oh, we love it. Iron Man.
It's all right, don't worry. Wonder Woman has got an invisible airplane, but her sight is bad.
It really is. Well, first I just wanted to say you really are a complete inspiration. But I asked Eric this question last year. There's been a new superhero movie every third Tuesday.
Yeah.
So if you could play any superhero ever, who would it be?
Well, I have to say some of those roles are really fun, and I'm probably too old to play any of them. I love Iron Man. I love Captain America. Most of the Avengers I love. I don't know, because to be honest with you, I got to be my own superhero in a in a way. Because I helped create one of the best, the most lovable action heroes who has been an inspiration to a lot of people, and that is Captain Jack Harkness, and that's who I am. I got a little surprise for you. I know we were late starting, but I didn't say it, and I know people go, we can't do it. It all took 10 minutes of my time away, so we have to give it back to them. Yeah. You could have gotten it earlier. Anyway, so I'd like to go over a little bit. I'd like to introduce you to somebody very special. And if you want to ask me some questions about me, you can. Please welcome my other half, Scott Hill. He's not used to this, so bear with him. He's not media savvy, so what comes out of his mouth, I can't guarantee. Okay. Questions, sir?
First of all, I'd just like to say, John Barrowman, you kick ass.
Thank you. You can ask for liking me.
Love you as Captain Jack Harkness. Love you as Patrick Logan in Desperate Housewives.
Yes.
And
I hope you love me as well as I said in Arrow.
my main question is, what was your absolute favorite part about playing Captain Jack Harkness? And was it kind of awkward working on the set of Desperate Housewives with all that pettiness?
I have to tell you, there wasn't much happiness. They actually welcomed me graciously and were lovely to me. Not only working with Eva and, oh my God, I just went out of my head. Drea. With Drea. And they, Mark Cherry, who's the creator, the writer, wrote the part for me because he was a huge fan of Captain Jack's. So that's how that all came about. I love doing this with Housewives. It was nice to play a bad guy, which is one of the reasons that I'm loving doing Arrow at the moment, and that's the secret. Do not tell anybody. Otherwise, I'll probably get lightning so I know. So that's that. But the thing about me, the best thing about being Captain Jack, I mean, I've said it before, and I'm sorry to go on about it. It's the fact that people fell in love with him and people love him as a hero and for what he stands for. And even when he did things that weren't so good, but I always saw him as being, as good to save humanity or the planet. The fact that people liked what I did with them, and I have to say, the writers, creators are a big part of that. And how great that you have people who are like-minded writing and also very liberal writing these characters, because it opens the whole world up for a bunch of people, and that's what I'm most proud of. Here. I told you to be human. His mother's gonna kill him. Next question. Sorry. Thought you like that. I'm not admitting it, but I'm a workaholic. And I schedule everything down to minute. And so when I have a night off, it's down to like, there's no stopping schedule during the week. My assistant gives me a schedule, and we know we have that night off. So that's the night we spend it together. And if it's not in London, it's either with dogs. But generally, over the last year or 2 years, I've made it a firm thing of keeping my weekends free. Yeah. Which is funny though, because we were on a vacation, 5-week vacation, and they asked me a little while ago to do this, to do Fan Expo. And I said to Scott, I said, I've never done them before, and I really would like to. And he was like, let's just do it. We'll go and we'll have fun. And Scott's been helping me at the table with autographs and stuff, which is, we've been having a good time. He's been getting to meet all these. He's never experienced this before, so it's great. Now I'm sharing it with him. So we do make time for each other. But in my career, my business, my life, because I see myself as a business, you have to make time, and we do. Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's probably gonna, because he's gonna strangle me so hard and pull my head off. Yeah, no, then Jack does say when he says maybe I'll put my head down on a railroad track. I haven't died that way before and see what happens. But again, it doesn't really make sense because as you saw in certain episodes of Torchwood, he's been blown up and annihilated. His body parts and the blood and everything just comes back together and rebuilds him. So I am as clueless as you are, but I'm intrigued because I really love to play that. Maybe that's the voice I would love to be. I actually said to Russell one point, what's going to happen? I said, would it be great if you made my voice the face of Bose? And then we mixed it, nobody knew who it was. There's a little egg for you. Next one. Hi, speak up. Hi. Hello, sir. Yeah.
Obviously, you have others, so we won't do that.
Look, and everybody else is going to be so jealous of you. You don't want me to do it? They don't straddle like this. hotel, and we were trying to like have a nice time at a date night at this hotel. And we're in Savannah, and I said to him, I said, we're gonna have to find a way to get some cash. And so I went to the concierge, who I had explained to his side. And I said to him, do you know of any gay clubs around town? Well, actually, I do. You can go down by the docks, and there's a couple of different clubs. And I said, well, let's go down and see what we can do. You know, we must have a little bit of cash. So we go down to the clubs, and we were sitting in our 20s. Yeah, something. And we get to this club, and it's just straight night. Hallelujah, praise Jesus. So I said, stop right, we're going in. So we go in and we introduce ourselves, and some people in that point recognize me still, from theater and stuff, and that kind of thing, but not as well known as I am now. So never do, not actually make shit about what I went to the manager and we introduced ourselves and said we'd like to do amateur strip night. He said fine. So eventually my song came up and we're backstage and I'm in my underwear and we're just telling me 5 minutes. This may take a little while. And so I'm up and I get up on the bar and I'm dancing, giving it all that, giving it moody, and I'm in my underwear and the money starts pouring in. I'm like, woo, $5. $1, whatever. So I come back to this guy, I'm like, honey, look, I'm packed out with like dollars and $5. Fantastic. His song comes up, I go, right, go, 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 go. So he gets up. Scott doesn't dance. Scott just does this. And the song finishes, and I'm backstage getting dressed, and he comes in, and he goes, hon, that was great, look at this. And he's packed out, and I go, what, ones and fives? He goes, no, 50s and 100s. That was not that. Fine, we made over $1,000. For the whole trip, and I took gifts back for everybody. It was fantastic, wasn't it? So, if you're ever out of money and you see us and you need some help, call us because we'll make you $1,000 like that. One last quick one, and we're gonna have to wrap it up because they were giving me the 5-minute. One last quick one.
Hi.
Make it a goodie.
Okay. First of all, I actually have that pair of Batman underwear. Secondly, what's it like writing with your sister? I know that you've written Hollow Earth and Exodus Code.
Correct, yes.
And I was just wondering what it's like writing.
It's great writing with my sister. She comes and lives with me for 3 months. I don't know, Scott likes that. But we get along exceptionally well. Hollow Earth is our novel for kids between 8 and 14, but a lot of adults are liking it. It comes out in the US quite soon. I have to say that the cover on the American version is amazing. That's the British version right there, but it's awesome. Turn it around, let everybody see it. It's a really good story. It's about twins who their power is to animate stuff. They can put people into animation and bring them out of it, and that's their superpower. The other thing with Carol, she does all the hard work. She does the writing. I tell the stories with her. We put them on my iPhone, and then she takes and puts it in word form. But I have to say, if you're a Torchwood fan, you are going to love Exodus Code because it is a Captain Jack story, and we loved writing it and putting it together, and I'm so proud of it. And the fact that my big sister, I've been able to make her dreams come true because you've made my dreams come true. She always wanted to be a writer. Because of the support you've given us, we've been in the bestseller list. And my sister now, apart from being a mom and a professor, she is now a best-selling author, and I'm so proud that I made that happen. I said to my last panel, I just want you to know, I am one of you. I love that you support me. I love that you love what I do, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart because you made our lives exceptional, and we totally appreciate it. Thank you.